to someone who doesn't know, and there'll be many viewers of this video that don't know, how would you describe it?
Intense. It's just the most intense experience from match day on the train coming round.
I think you'd be hard pushed to experience anything like it. I mean, the police do a pretty good job of keeping us well apart.
There's 2 tube lines, 2 tube trains, but all they do is the same line. It's like one big circle line. And the trains go one of either way, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and Rangers fans tend to be put on one side of it and Celtic fans on the other, and then they come off at different stations. They're walked there by numerous police and everything and pinned in, and it's just intense. It's just such an intense experience.
Do you hate Rangers more than you love Celtic?
To be honest with you, if I'm being absolutely honest, I've barely really considered Rangers very much in the last 4 years since they went bust and had to start from scratch, you know. So no, definitely not. I mean, I love Celtic.
No, not quite. Not really. But the fact I've had to pause probably tells you a lot. It's fun seeing them lose. It's very fun seeing them lose.
Yeah. I respect that.
It's very fun seeing them lose in like a very Celtic kind of way, like almost more fun. Like when they're outplayed, it's one thing, but when they kind of just like mess it up, that's even more fun because it's more entertaining.
Celtic fans have often said that there is no old firm anymore, that Rangers are dead, that Sevco insult gets thrown about a bit.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
I mean, yeah, Celtic fans will probably say it's not the old firm because, you know, Rangers died and this is a new club. But I think you wait and see if Celtic win on Sunday, then it'll be celebrated like any victory against Rangers was, you know. And if we get beat, it'll feel worse than any defeat that we experience against anybody else this season.
I can see why they're leeching onto that, but that is literally what they're doing. They're leeching onto it. I mean, it's difficult to say Rangers are dead, Rangers this, Rangers are that. I mean, Rangers, the holding company of Rangers was liquidated. You can't liquidate a club. The badge is the same, the stadium's the same. Lee Wallace remained. I mean, yes, it was transfer club to club, but it's no different than, say, in 1994 when Celtic changed their club. Celtic are technically owned by 3 different businesses. They had to be transferred in 1994 and no one said Sevco because Rangers fans aren't frankly idiots. I feel it's a bit of a desperation thing. I think it's Rangers have got more titles. Rangers are statistically the #1 club in the world in terms of trophies won. And for me, I see it as a lack of mentality. It's a kind of, if I was a Celtic fan, I'd be saying, we're better than you, we'll catch you, we'll get 60 before you, instead of saying, take the trophies off them, so we're the best. It's like winning by default. And I don't think that's really good for anyone. I think it's a bit desperate, and I think it's strictly not true. I don't know why they want Rangers to be dead. If the old firm goes, they go. Rangers literally complete them. Without Rangers, they're as good as nothing, and that's the issue.
And surely by proxy, you need Celtic?
Yeah. I think it's an unfair thing to say. I mean, it's 2 halves of the same circle.
Yeah.
Well, you like it or not, these are the 2. I mean, you don't think of Celtic without thinking of Rangers. You don't think of Rangers without thinking of Celtic. It's not done anyone from Scottish football any favours not having Rangers there, so I don't know why they're so desperate to cling on to this idea that Rangers don't exist, because if Rangers don't exist, good luck battling against Lithuanian minnows to qualify for the Europa League, which is what they've been doing.
Ramon Vega once described this game as pure blood and thunder. I think he's talking about what happens on the pitch. You know, how do both of these, do the players understand what goes into it?
Yeah, well, I remember he played in a really good team. That was Martin O'Neill's first season, Ramon Vega, and he came up for 6 months and won a treble. So he played in a few hammerings of Rangers actually. So I think he knew what it was all about, and it was pretty quickly drummed into him. There's a few guys like Neil Lennon was in that team, so I'm sure he would have left the foreign players at least in no doubt as to what was at stake, you know. So it's right. So it's probably, there's not a great deal of skill involved. There's somebody once said it's 22 guys knocking lumps at each other, and occasionally a bit of football breaks out, you know. So it just pretty much sums it up. In the old days when sort of Celtic and Rangers were fighting for the league title every year, I went to a few that were particularly tasty. I was at the one when Hugh Dallas, the referee, got hit in the head with a coin for the stand, the blood's pouring down his head, and then about 2 minutes later they gave Rangers a penalty, which I'm sure wasn't in any way connected at all. But yeah, so it's intense. It's a horrible atmosphere, really. There's real hatred between the fans. I don't know if you enjoy it that much when you're there. You can only enjoy it if you win. But yeah, it's just like nothing else you'll ever experience. You know?
Okay, that's it. Remember to subscribe to Ball Street by clicking on that ball right there.